I'm in the duck park because it's a cloudy day and that's coyote weather. And I don't like to take the dogs anywhere where there's coyotes, and this is a popular city park. I want to talk about magic. I love magic. I love guidance. I love going with the flow, but I don't manifest it. I don't make it happen. It's more for me like the athletic version of being in the zone where, you work your ass off and you're running, and like at mile 5, you get in the zone and everything's working. Why I don't like to do give me this, give me that, manifest this, manifest that kind of magic is because that is usually coming from my ego and my childlike brain, who wants what it wants right now in the present because I'm not happy in the present, and I want something else because then I think it's going to make my future or my present better. What I like to do instead, she's desperately looking for a squirrel. Go on. What I like to do instead is, it's like nature. When I ride my horses, sometimes, rarely, someone rides with me because I don't like how most people treat their horses. But people ride with me and they go, oh, I see so much wildlife. Well, I'm not riding, drinking a beer, playing music, chatting to my friends. I'm in nature, observing, receiving, paying attention. And so I hear a twig or I get a feeling and I stop and there's deer. Oh, by the way, I'm not talking about how amazing I am. I'm just talking about a lifestyle. And this is part of the material that I teach. So if you don't like this, don't work with me. If you like to manifest and get your business up and whatever, get somebody else. I like to get in the best possible place I can be during the days and the nights so that I can turn my head, because out of the corner of my eye I catch something, and that something is a whisper from spirit saying, go this way. That to me is the magic. It's the magic of being a surfer and catching the right wave. It's the magic of being shown things you couldn't possibly pray for or manifest because you couldn't even imagine it. And as I said before, and I'll say it again, I never hear anybody talking about, I want to manifest inner peace, contentment, and joy, no matter what my circumstances. Like, my circumstances don't have to change. I don't have to suddenly be an artist. Oh, Hoshi, there's a squirrel. Get the squirrel. Go get it. Get it. There it is. There she goes. Because then I'm letting the universe give to me. If I'm manifesting, what do I relegate the universe to? To spirit, goddess, the creator, whatever words you want to use. I hear people say, oh, I prayed for a parking space. Well, really? Do I want to go to the creator, to the great intelligence for a parking space, and then I'm going to handle everything else? I don't think so. I can find my own damn parking space. I'm a grown-up. And I'm not that important that I have to pray for a damn parking space. But the universe is going to show me things that are good for me, that I arranged to have happen before I was ever born. I still believe that, Eastern tradition. And my job is to get quiet enough and be perceptive enough and intuitive enough and trusting enough and have enough faith that when the universe throws me a hint, I catch it. Because you know why it goes like that? If you're not, let's say, developed enough or attuned enough or sensitive enough to catch the hint, then you're not ready for that next thing. I set up a meditation studio as a last resort. I couldn't get a job. My professor work had ended. That's a long story. Accreditation rules had changed, and I could no longer teach all the classes I used to teach, even though I just finished a PhD. Very frustrating. And the universe kind of corralled me, like, you're not getting a job. I tried to get a job. I couldn't get a job. And so, as a last resort, I had a dirty rug, an extra room, and 10 dirty pillows, or old pillows. They weren't dirty. And the rug wasn't dirty, but it was used. And I had rented out part of that house for a while, years ago. And I just sort of sat there and said, fix it. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what I was going to teach. I don't see myself as a teacher of wonderful spiritual things. I had a hard enough time becoming a professor. And I was still am in, a right-wing fundamentalist Christian, primarily white supremacist, pro-Trump, anti-diversity, anti-gay, anti-non-binary, pretty much everything. There's 240 churches here, and I think there's like 50,000 people. That should tell you something. There's no way I should have been able to open up a meditation studio. So somebody said to me, you manifested this. And my response was, I couldn't have manifested this if I was on acid. There is no way this should have worked. Plus, it wasn't easy. It didn't just flow in. I got my ass kicked for the first 2 years. I'd never been in business. All these people tried to steal my business from me. They were competing. They were putting me down. They were sucking up to me so they could be powerful. So they thought, oh, it was a nightmare. And luckily I had one person to call who had a metaphysical bookstore out here. And I would tell her these horror stories and she'd go, yeah, that's what happens. And I'd go, but these are spiritual people. And she just laughed. Said, nope, that's what people do, especially the spiritual people. They have these giant egos, and they want to be you. They want to steal what you do. They don't want to work. Then they want the lazy magic, which is they light a candle, rub a crystal on a chakra, and they get what they want. Magic to me is that I really take care of this vehicle, body, mind, and spirit, that is traversing this particular incarnation that I'm in, that I'm aware of, even though I know I'm living other ones at the same time. And when those come up, I'll deal with those. And I'm going to be in the best shape I can, the most intuitive place. I'm going to work on faith. I'm going to work on acceptance. And I understand I'm incarnated here not to get what I want, but to evolve as a soul. And I set that up when I was in a higher consciousness. Just like when I'm in nature, if I'm quiet and I'm part of nature, the deer come out. They don't run away. The lynx will lay down in the sun and stay next to me. I had this one time I was hanging out with the horses. It was like Disneyland. First, this huge buck came out with a giant rack of horns and just started eating. And then some other deer came out. And then a bobcat came out and laid down. And then these butterflies showed up and a hummingbird. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in heaven. And I do believe it was because my energy was in a great place. And I was in a very receptive place. Whoops. Hoshi! There's a bad dog ahead, a pit bull. Good, she put him on a leash. Good dog, good, come. This way. This way, Hoshi. This way, Hoshi. Down here. Good girl. Come on, get away from the dog. Come on. Dog park is closed, so we'll walk in the park. Come on. Pia, come. Good dogs, very good dogs. Oh, good dogs. No visit. Nope, can't go that way. Sorry. There's a pit bull. Good girl. So all those animals came out, not because I'm magical and angelic and I'm from the 9th dimension, because I'd done my gym work, I guess. My energy was in a good place. I was connected to myself. When we're connected to ourselves, we are connected to that higher energy. And I was receptive. I was in yin energy. I was willing to receive. I had no expectations. Or let's just say I wasn't chasing expectations, because I think I have expectations every minute of the day. I expect to be able to walk. I expect my dogs to listen to me. I expect to have a good day. You know, I'm always having those things going on. I don't want to pretend like I'm this giant evolved soul. I'm a person with a lot of different skills than what we might call muggles. but I'm here on a soul evolution journey. Now, there may be some of you out there that are indeed walk-ins or extraterrestrials or whatever. That's your business. You will know that best. But I'm talking about folks who are out there who are psychic or artistic or precognitive or animal communicators, all these things that don't fit into normal society. What I'm trying to say is none of that lets you off the hook from your own journey and your own spiritual development. And come on, puppies, stop trying to boss God around. Stop trying to demand the things you want, because you know what? You'll get them. But what you won't get are the things you can't ask for because you don't even know they'd be good for you. Because we're still infants in so many ways in our brains and our egos. What I think I have to offer people is a really strong way of connecting with you to help you get in a balanced place and to teach you how to continue to balance. And to me, let's remember, balance is not static. When you're standing up, you are balanced. If you did a super slow motion film, you would see yourself moving and wavering and muscles firing and twitching, all to give you the appearance of standing still. To me, balance is an enormous amount of micro movements, the breath, the muscles, the tendons, everything to keep you upright or sitting or walking. And we know this because if you get sick or injured, any of you have ever done that, you know what enormous effort it takes to get rebalanced so you can walk again or sit up. So I love balanced people. I love diversity, as long as you're balanced. Your version of balance. But that takes a daily practice. Just like I don't like bad breath. Brush your teeth every day. I hope this makes sense. Very outspoken, as you noticed. Some people love that because finally, I don't talk like a therapist and I don't talk like a healer. I talk like a regular person. I curse like a sailor and I'm blunt and I have opinions and I have judgment calls, which is different than judgmental, but I don't pretend to like somebody when I don't. I instead deal with it. If I don't want to be around them, I find a way not to. If I need to do some inner work, I do that. But I don't pretend I love everybody. I used to, and I got ripped off by so many people. I can't even tell you. It's embarrassing, actually. Those stories are embarrassing because they went on for decades. So I hope this helps. I hope it makes you feel like you have a right to exist. Your version of you is perfect. It's what you came here to do. Do your work. Stop trying to make magic. Instead, find it. Be curious. Let it come and get you. See you later. Oh, one last shot. Got to show you. The ducks. I love the ducks. There's so many here. It's a city park and there's 2 giant duck ponds. All right, later.